So if you're new, this is the second half of chat number, already forgot, of chat number 274, how to make habits that stick. And again, apparently one of my habits needs to be to ask how many peaches are in a half bushel before I purchase it. Okay, we're going to get going in the second half of tonight's chat. I'm Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This will be posted on YouTube. Casey will post the entire chat, so the first and second half and all 1 hour of it. She'll get that posted at some point tomorrow. And then she will also post just the second half. So if you only want to see the second half, you can always go back and watch that. Or you can watch or listen to the entire thing. But that is IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can go there to read the transcripts, or you can go to YouTube.com and just search If You Have an Egg. Okay, so we are talking all things peaches in this second half. And Kendall is already asking if I want her to bring her pressure canner with her this week. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. Because we need to make some things with these peaches. So I'm going to make freezer jam next week. So just so you know, next week, next Sunday night, you're going to want to be here because we will be making peach freezer jam, and we will also be making peach salsa. So you're going to want to be here next week for that. This week, though, we're just talking about some generic things to do with peaches, but I do want to point out, because we're going to put some in the air fryer. Yeah. I do want to point out, though, that the peaches that I purchased, these are South Carolina peaches. They are early in the season peaches. These are called, I think they're called Flavor Rich. So they are early in the season peaches, so they're a little bit smaller. They're not huge. And yes, Sandra, it is good on overnight oats. Peaches are good on overnight oats. But these are a little bit smaller, and they're early season peaches, but they're also cling peaches. So cling peaches just means that the peach itself wants to cling to the pit. So peaches are a pitted fruit. So are apricots, so are nectarines, and yes, peach salsa next week, Susie. Doesn't mean you can get off tonight, because you're going to want to watch tonight's too. But this is a pitted fruit, and it's a cling peach, so it's going to cling. So the peach, the flesh, the fruit is going to cling to the pit. So the first thing I'm going to show you, and then we're going to get some going in the air fryer. But the first thing I'm going to show you is how to properly pit a pitted peach so that you don't destroy them. So everybody wants to cut this way. So everybody wants to cut, I'm going to call it stem to stern. Yeah, it's a stone fruit. Yeah, that's exactly right, Carol. It's a stone fruit, a pitted fruit, a stone fruit. But everybody wants to cut it that way. If you will cut them, and I don't recommend holding them up to cut them, do it on a cutting board. And if I cut myself and start gushing, then you'll just have to, I don't know, somebody call 911. Okay. So if you'll cut it around, so like make an equator. So like if that's the peach, you're going to cut around the equator, and then this is the easiest way to do it without bruising it. So you're going to twist it, and did you hear that when I twisted it? Well, first thing, please wash them, because I don't know who picked these. And also on peaches, if you will I don't peel my peaches. I do lightly wash them off to get the fuzz, to get some of the fuzz off the outside. I'm not opposed to fuzz, but I like to get some of it off the outside. But again, if you'll cut them, these are cling peaches, if you'll cut them like kind of on the equator and then gently twist, then you at least get half of it doesn't have a pit in it. And then to get the other side out, you can cut again, and you can do multiple cuts. But this is a grapefruit spoon, and one of my friends in Sunday school brought me this today. If you will just go around, and again, I'm gonna try and hold this where you all can see it without cutting my hand open. But if you will just gently go around that, if you happen to have a grapefruit spoon, sometimes you can get that out. Sometimes you can get the rest of the pit out without too much damage, to that other half. So I had to set it down because I had to get a little pressure on it. But here you go. And yes, Kendall, one of my friends in Sunday school, brought me a grapefruit spoon. That's the only reason that I can do this. And I told her, I was like, this is like worth $1 million. You don't even understand. So see how nicely that got that out. So we're going to quickly do this to a couple of peaches. And because I'm here by myself and Kendall can't see me, just kidding, I'm going to go ahead and lick my fingers, and it smells so good in here. So Kendall, definitely bring the pressure cooker or pressure canner. Okay, so we're going to put these in the air fryer. So there are lots of different ways that you can prepare peaches. This one though, we're gonna do some air fryer peaches. You can grill peaches. So if you don't have an air fryer and you do have a grill, you can grill them. But I'm gonna quickly cut some more of these and we are going to put them in the air fryer. Remember, cut them like, these are already washed. They already, see how clean that came out? And these are super ripe and super juicy. But we're trying to be as gentle as we can. You can cut them into slices. You don't have to keep them in, you don't have to, try and keep them in two holes. Like this one's not gonna be quite as pretty as that first one was, but you're trying to not beat them up too badly. Just so you can have a prettier, presentation. And I'm turning these face down. So the cut side, I'm turning that down. Gosh, it smells good in here. I'm serious, there is nothing like in-season peaches. So if you buy a half a bushel of peaches, see how pretty that is? If you buy a half a bushel of peaches, definitely freeze some, or if you buy extras or whatever, definitely freeze some so that you can enjoy them. Freeze them, can them. Again, next week we're going to be making peach salsa and we'll make some peach freezer jam. And then with Kindle, apparently we are going to, hello Julie, apparently with Kindle we are going to can some. And Debbie is saying something about sprinkling them with Dax chocolate crave. That sounds delicious. But we're going to do these in the air fryer, but definitely get enough that you can freeze some because they still taste just as good frozen, but you definitely want in-season peaches. Okay, so to this, because the peaches, oh, I'm sorry, Karen, this is not, it's a paring knife, but it's a paring knife. So Karen just asked if this was a special knife for cutting fruit. This is just a paring knife. You can use any small knife, but what I like about this one is it's curved. Can you see that? It's got a little curve on the top, so it just makes it easier to get around the fruit, but you don't have to have anything special. I just like this one, A, because it's sharp, and B, because it's curved at the top, so it's a little bit easier to get around the fruit. So that is a great question. Okay, now, because these are so ripe and they're so juicy, they're actually gonna do well by themselves in the microwave without being sprayed with anything. So, you don't really need any nonstick spray if you don't want to use any. If you want to make some extra syrup, you can always add just a tiny bit of water to this. All I did was put them face down in an air fryer safe dish. You can even add here's some of the juice that came out. I can add that to the bottom because it's going to make a little syrup. And again, because I'm here by myself, I have to look at my fingers. This is Truvia. You could use monk fruit. If you can find some brown sugar monk fruit, I have not found any yet. You could use, stevia. You could use something else, but the brown sugar tastes better with the, with the actual peaches. Okay, I'm gonna slow down a little bit because we got plenty of time. I think plenty of time. But we're gonna use about a tablespoon. And this one's Truvia. This one is the Truvia brown sugar, but it also has a little bit of molasses in it. And we're just gonna spread that liberally over the peaches. So just gonna kind of sprinkle it on there. It is stickier than the regular Truvia, which is why I'm kind of, scooping it out with my finger. But that's what it should look like. So that is just 3 fresh, in-season, clean peaches, cut, washed, the fuzzes off, and cut around the equator. Take the pits out and put them face down in an air fryer safe dish. And we're gonna pop these in the air fryer. Oops, hold on. I'm gonna pop these in the air fryer. And since this is a Simple Living Products air fryer, we're gonna scoop to put the basket in. We're not gonna shove, we just scoop. And we're gonna push the center button to put it on the temperature. We're gonna take it down to 350. And the first side is gonna be for 5 minutes. So we're gonna do 5 minutes face down. And while that is cooking and I'm getting ready to sneeze, I'll just go ahead and warn you. Hold on. This is the, excuse me, this is the beauty of live, you know, being live, is getting to sneeze while you're talking to people. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, and it's just, again, it's just for 5 minutes. I completely forgot to get something out of the freezer. I'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully this will still have time to get soft, because I completely forgot to get this out of the freezer. But while that is cooking, so we're going to do 5 minutes face down, then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do 5 minutes face up. You could add honey to it if you wanted to. You could do regular Splenda sugar. If you're not trying to do low-cal, so like if you're cooking this for your family or for civilians, you know, people who are not worried about sugar, you can totally do sugar if you want to. You can do brown sugar if you want to. You could do a little bit of butter. You could do some butter spray. Actually, you know what? Butter spray would be really good. Let me grab some of that. That sounds really, really good. So I'm going to use some, I can't believe it's not butter, because you all just made me want that. So that sounds really, really good. So let's spritz them with a little bit of that. If you wanted to do, like if you prefer real butter, you could do that. But this is just a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter. But you could use real butter. You know, if you're, and again, if you're making this for civilians, you could use, you know, like actual butter and things. Okay, so 5 minutes face down, and then we're going to flip them over and do 5 minutes face up. Ooh, oh, and Carol said, wonder how some skinny syrups would be. That might be fantastic. We'll have to try that. I have plenty. We can't do it tonight, but we might be able to try that. But I just wanted to run down a quick list of things that you can use peaches for. So next week, we're going to be making peach freezer jam. That's one thing. We're going to be making peach salsa. That's a second thing, and peach salsa is fantastic on everything. Apparently, we're going to be making some peach jelly with Kendall when she's back next week. We have peach smoothies. You could make a peach smoothie, and you could make that with either like some core power, or let's see, oh yeah, Kendall says graham crackers crunched up on them would be yummy. Yeah, that's awesome if they're not worried about calories. You could use some core power vanilla, or you could use some Premier Protein peach flavored in that, and you could do a smoothie. That would be a great way to use them, especially if you had to freeze 25 pounds. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but a half a bushel of peaches is 25 pounds. You should have seen me trying to carry that. Warmed peaches over pancakes. If you have never taken frozen peaches, reconstituted them in the microwave, and just warmed them up and put them over pancakes or like over French toast, oh my gosh, it's better than any syrup that you could ever get. And we already have on the If You Have an Egg blog, you can do peach overnight oats. So peach overnight oats, you can use, you know, you can use vanilla flavors, you can use cinnamon flavors. I saw somebody a second ago, hold on, who was it? Who was it a second ago? Yeah, Sylvia said maybe cinnamon and vanilla syrup. But if you do, so if you do the peach overnight oats, and those are already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I'm already down to 2 minutes. So those are already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. When you get there, just go to the search bar, and if you just type in peach, then you're going to see all of the recipes that I have that already use peaches. But for the peach overnight oats, you're just going to make those like regular overnight oats, but you can use peach flavoring. You can use peach syrup. You could use the peach freezer jam that we're going to make next week. You could use lots of different things. You can do, I mean, gosh, you could flavor it so many ways, and then add the fresh peaches to the top. Or if you've frozen them, you could, you know, reconstitute and put those in there. Oh, Margaret says top the peaches with toasted almonds. That sounds good. And who said balsamic a few minutes ago? So somebody go back and tell me about that. So I've had balsamic on watermelon, but I have not had it on peaches. So is the person still here that was talking about putting balsamic on peaches? Because I want to run back around and see what you said. I missed it when it was going. Obviously I saw it, but I missed what you said. But that sounds fantastic. I don't know if you ever had tahine. It's Tajin. But tahine is fantastic on, you know, on any kind of a sweet fruit. It's a spicy spice. I don't know exactly what spices are in it, but it is really good. Oh, yeah, so the closed captioning did not spell it correctly, but Anyway, you saw me spell it Tajin, but it's pronounced tahine. It's really good on, on sweet fruits if you want to try it on that. 1 minute, and we get to flip these babies over. The peach salt. Oh, let's see. Ooh, Debbie says balsamic, peaches, and chicken. How do you make balsamic? So explain, Orlando, Debbie. How do you make balsamic, peaches, and chicken? Because we need to know. We need to know how to do that. I have. Let's see. Well, Alyssa ate 3 yesterday. Ooh, and Karen says just drizzle aged balsamic on the peaches. Okay, I'm in. I'll try that next week. And Kendall, I think if Kendall's still here, I think Kendall said that she had never had balsamic. Ooh, and Debbie says barbecue peaches and chicken. That sounds good too. I'm pretty sure it was Kendall who said that she had never had balsamic. I don't know if she meant balsamic vinegar period, or if she never had balsamic dressing, but we can cure that this week, and we can try balsamic on some of the peaches. So all I'm doing is flipping them over, and if they weren't piping hot and very juicy, I would show them to you. Yeah, okay, Kendall's never tried it, so we will be having that this week. Okay, so I will attempt to hold these up so that you can see them, but we're literally, no, the juice is you're not gonna be able to see that. That juice is so close to coming out. So we're gonna flip it over. No need to add any more brown sugar. Again, we're gonna take it down to 350 in 5 minutes. There's no need to add any more brown sugar or any more brown sugar substitute if you don't, if you don't want to, because it's already, I just wanted it on the top so it could start cooking and it could start getting brown, and then it's gonna soak down into the juice. So it's making its own syrup right now. The peaches are making their own syrup right now. But it sounds like in this, still probably got 20 pounds of peaches. Alyssa ate 3 of them yesterday. I mean, she ate 3 peaches yesterday. I'm sending more peaches to her other grandmother's house so that they can have some. We have, ooh, yeah, chicken. And Susie says chicken with Kelly's peach salsa and a drizzle of balsamic. That's all the things. You got all the things. That sounds good. Ooh, and Karen says peach jalapeno jam. So maybe we can make some of that, Kendall, if you like hot stuff. What was I going to say? So we still have, there's probably still 20 pounds of peaches here. So 25 pounds of peaches, a half bushel of peaches is like 75 peaches. I've only used maybe 15. So I still have like 60 peaches. We can make peach everything if you all want to. And Kendall, I already figured out I do not have freezer space for all of these. So we are going to have to can some of these. So yes, bring it, and we can get that going. But anyway, a couple of other things that you can make. We talked about peach overnight oats. There is a recipe for that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Again, just search peach and you'll see all of my recipes. You can make a peach and berry cobbler. So I love peaches and strawberries together. So guess what I'll be making? Or blueberries, peaches and blueberries, or raspberries or blackberries should be in season pretty soon. That's fantastic. There's already a recipe for that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And last year when it was peach season, I didn't have 25 pounds of peaches, but we made so many air fryer peach cobblers, and so it makes an individual peach cobbler, and that is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com also, if you want to go there and look. So lots and lots of things that you can do with peaches, and I have talked so fast that we're actually a little bit ahead of time. Which is great, because I'm going to take a break in the talking and see, I want you all to list some other things that you use peaches for. So we've talked about pancakes, we've talked about making smoothies, we've talked about making different kinds of salsa, balsamic. So tell me, while I take a little short break while we let these peaches cook, y'all tell me some other things that you use peaches for. And again, tell us if you're a Georgia peach with a thumbs up, or if you're a South Carolina peach with some hearts. So which one are you? Are you Georgia peaches or South Carolina peaches? And I can't wait to make some of the salsa. Yeah, you've never had anything like either peach salsa or pineapple salsa. Both of those are so stinking good. So stinking good. Oh, it looks like Karen is a South Carolina peach. We had a bunch of thumbs ups going though. Julie. Yes. Okay. Julie. Oh, well, let's see. Kendall says her grandmother loves to add peach slices to cereal, and she also adds it to her yogurt and granola. That sounds good. And Julie wants to know if there is a difference between Georgia peaches and South Carolina peaches. I'll let you all tell her. Yeah, you all tell her what the difference is. When Susie says she likes peaches with her pork chops, that sounds good. And Debbie just shared a link for a recipe to the Creative Bite Roasted Peach Barbecue Chicken Bake. Oh, that sounds fantastic. So Debbie, I'll have to pop back down to near Orlando and you can make that for me. No, Carol Lou. No. No, you are not messing up. You're not messing up those yummy peaches by putting them in cottage cheese. I'm just saying. And Marianne says, just eating them. Yeah, that's the team that Alyssa was on yesterday. Okay, Debbie says Georgia peaches are bigger and the best. Now remember, these are South Carolina, and these are South Carolina peaches, and they're early peaches, so they're a little bit smaller. What else do y'all like peaches on? Oh, and we only have 1 minute left again. Yeah, and Carol Lou, I'm not letting you mess up peaches or anything else by putting it in stinky cottage cheese. Yeah, you're not doing it. Not doing it. Although I wonder, what would a peach taste like with some ricotta cheese? Would that be good? Maybe an air fryer, maybe a baked peach with ricotta cheese on it. That might be good too. Has anybody ever had that? And it sounds like several of you all put cinnamon on your peaches. That sounds absolutely fantastic. I also put peaches, we were talking about overnight oats, but I also put peaches just in my regular oatmeal. Like if I made quick cook oats, it's ready. Oh, no, Julie, you can't mess up peaches with cottage cheese. Sorry, that's against the rules. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this. So, if you don't have a grill, or, oh yeah, Carol Lou says ricotta and drizzled with honey. That sounds fantastic. Oh yeah, Karen, peach turnovers, those would be really good. If you don't have a grill, or if you're like us and you live in a loft and they kind of frown on, grilling in your loft, then this is the perfect way to make some, some grilled type peaches without having a grill. So the air fryer is a great way to do that. If you do have a grill, if you have access to outside cooking, grilled peaches are fantastic. I would put them on some kind of a tray. I would not put them directly on the grill, because then it's a little bit hard to like they get stuck to it, and they're more delicate, so it's a little bit harder to get them off. Okay, so here's what they look like when they're done. So it's 5 minutes face down and 5 minutes face up. And then let me show you what we're going to do with these lovelies. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them into another dish. And you can do one peach, you can do multiple peaches. Here, I'll do one peach just to show you all. And then I'll do a couple more for some pictures after this. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of these peaches in another dish. And then, yum, 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 yum. And see, here we are, just right on time. I'm going to take a regular ice cream scoop. And this is Halo Top, and I did not let it sit out long enough, but this is Halo Top, just regular vanilla. And if you let it sit out long enough, it will get soft, I promise. But this is Halo Top, just regular vanilla. It's the Vanilla Bean Halo Top. They also have, at certain times of the year, they have peaches and cream. And the peaches and cream on top of peaches is fantastic. If you'll notice, this is not breaded, meaning this does not have any pastry shells on it. This does not have, let me see if y'all can see that. This does not have any pastry shells on it. This doesn't have any breading on it. This doesn't have any oatmeal on it. It doesn't have anything else. This is literally just peaches and some ice cream. And so I call this peaches and cream, but it's peaches and ice cream. And I'm going to go ahead and take one for the team and try it for you and just let you know how it is. Y'all know, you know how much I suffer for you. So this is fresh Georgia peaches. Can be South Carolina peaches. I'm sorry, these are fresh South Carolina peaches. Could be Georgia peaches. Cooked in the air fryer with a little bit, oh yeah, this smells so good. With a little bit of ice cream. Look at that. Oh. There's literally nothing better than that. So fresh in-season peaches. Don't try to do this without out-of-season peaches. You can always freeze your peaches. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. You can make peach freezer jam and use it for this, but absolutely nothing like a fresh peach. Yeah, we will have the recipe for this posted maybe sometime tomorrow, for sure by Tuesday, since we are taking tomorrow off. But I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you will find lots of things to do and send me lots of suggestions. Even if you're watching this later on YouTube, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Send me suggestions there. Send me comments on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com of what to do with all of these peaches. This is 25 pounds of peaches. There's probably still 60 of them left. And the Freestones are coming in less than a month. So please, please, please send me your suggestions. Type in the comments below. But I hope everybody had an awesome week. Please have, again, a safe Memorial Day. Please remember what Memorial Day is about. But I've enjoyed doing this. I hope y'all had a good time. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise you're going to enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and click down here and then hit that little bell so that you will be notified the next time that we have a video. But I'm going to go ahead and suffer and finish my peaches and cream. And you all have a great week. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Good night.